The worst black belt ever. I've been watching on some of these podcasts asking these big black belts, these world champions, the Craig Joneses and all these different guys. They ask them about black belts. What does it take to get a black belt? Danaher and all these guys. And their answer is nothing. Their answer is it takes nothing. I'm in South Florida. I've been a black belt now longer than I've been doing jiu-jitsu, so meaning I'm a black belt now for almost 12 years, and it took me almost 9 years to get my black belt. And I've rolled in a lot of gyms and a lot of tournaments, and I'm gonna be honest, I've never met a crappy black belt. Now I will tell you this, the worst black belts I've ever met were like me. They were just old guys. I'm 60 years old, and it's obvious that I'm not getting better, stronger. I'm getting more technique. But what's most important for a jiu-jitsu player is strength. And what I mean by that is, if you have two jiu-jitsu players and both of them have equal technique, or even one has better technique, the stronger guy is going to win. That's why they have weight categories. That's why they have weight classes. But I don't know, maybe in California, where these guys are from, Texas, there's guys giving out crappy black belts to people. I don't know, maybe these guys are just too good. I mean, obviously Craig Jones, John Danaher, and the guys he trains and he's training with are amazing. And at that top echelon level, because as we've talked about before, you know, black belt is the most varied belt. White belt could only be so good, blue belt, so forth and so on. But black belt, I mean, you could be a guy who just got his black belt, who's barely better than a brown belt, all the way to a world champion, a Gordon Ryan type of guy. But I'm just being honest. I see this less. I used to go to some of those karate and kung fu tournaments, and yeah, I could see black belts, and they give them on a sliding scale of how much effort and so forth they put in. But I've not seen that in jiu-jitsu. I've rolled with a couple of guys who I thought to myself, man, these guys are really solid. As soon as you roll with them, you could tell by their balance, by their weight distribution. You could tell by their setups and traps. You could tell by their strength too. Man, these guys are good by their control of your hips. I've never rolled with a black belt and said, this guy absolutely sucks. Who gave him a black belt? Maybe that makes me unique. If you have, more power to you. I have not. The worst black belt I've ever rolled with is just an older guy who's not as strong as he used to be. And he's trying to do a game that he doesn't have anymore. But I don't think that should diminish his accomplishments. That shouldn't diminish his black belt, because we all get old. Gordon Ryan's going to grow old someday. And, you know, this jiu-jitsu game is just like any other combat sport game. You know, the young lion eventually is going to beat the old lion. And it's sad that young lion becomes an old lion, and someday he's got to walk off into the savannah with a broken tail and a half an ear. It happens to all of us. It's coming for all of us. So, not that anybody cares what I got to say, but I never seen a sucky black belt in jiu-jitsu, but maybe I haven't been exposed to them. Thanks for listening. Oos.